Okay, hi everyone. I'm going to do a bit of a plan with me to show you how to use the new Cocoa and Fluff digital kit. If you have a Cricut machine or a Silhouette or something like that, you can use those to cut the files out. But if you have no patience like I don't and you want to hurry up and start using the kit, the quickest way to do it is download your digital files and then open them up in your preview window in your computer, print them onto sticker paper. In this particular case, I've printed them onto, these are on washi, printed with my inkjet. I've found that this washi paper that I buy, it says it's laser friendly and inkjet friendly, but it doesn't print very well in the laser. So I always use this washi paper in my inkjet printer, and I just actually buy this on Temu. So it's only a very cheap washi paper, but it does the job. I also have a glossy sticker paper that this one's printed on, but that's a bit more expensive. But I actually don't mind this cheap washi paper I get from Temu. It's not very, it's quite good for what I need to use it for anyway. Okay, so what I do, print them out on your A4. I did them at the same size that Dawn sent them up at, which is, I think it was 93% when it transferred over on my computer. So that's what I have printed these images out at. I've already used half the sheet, so that half the sheet's missing. This one, to fit it on one page of your A5, I reduced that to 60% of the original image and then printed it onto sticker paper. So that's those. Okay, so I find the quickest way to cut out these, just print them off. Don't worry about setting them up in Cricut or Silhouette or anything like that, because that's what the time-consuming piece is, and then you've got to wait for them to cut out and everything. Get yourself a Gyro Cut. You can actually use just trimming scissors, so you can actually just do it with scissors if you like. But the reason I like the Gyro Cut is because even if it cuts through the back of the paper, it's easier to maneuver around the image with this than it is with a pair of scissors. So when you want to go around curved lines like around her head, it's a lot easier to do it with a Gyro Cut than fussy cutting with scissors. You can do it with scissors. I just find this a lot quicker. So what I did was I cut these two images off the A4 sheet of paper. So we're going to put one up there in that corner, and then we're going to put one down here in this corner. And we're also going to use the Harvest and Hollow other pack that she uses with her functionals. So I just went through all of them. I've got every one of her kits. So I just went through and found the one that I like the colour scheme with, because we're going to use some of the text and some of the background pieces in this. The only thing I'm not going to use that's not Cocoa and Fluff is just this film strip. That's off Temu on a roll as well. Just comes like that on a roll. And that's where I got that as well. Please don't go crook at me about buying things off Temu. It's your choice whether you buy off Temu. There are other places you can buy off Journal Say and other things that sell similar sort of things. So get it off one of those companies if you don't like using Temu. I'm also going to use my Calligraphs from Archer and Olive. The colours I've chosen to go with these is Artichoke, Deep Fern, and Pumpkin. So that's the three colours I thought I'll get out to use those. Okay, so, and I'm working in an Archer and Olive bee journal today with just the clear cover on. So which is, the bee is just my favourite Archer and Olive journal. I absolutely love that one. So I'm just going to move that out of the way while I show you how to cut out. Okay, so we'll start with a smaller one. So when you're printing on the washi paper from Temu, one side feels waxy and one side feels like paper. Remember to print on the waxy side. I don't know how many times I've printed on the wrong side. I actually did it before I printed this off, and I always forget which side to print on. So I've actually made myself a note now. So print on the waxy side. And as I said, it works better in inkjet, even though the paper does say it works in laser or inkjet. Okay, so on your Gyro Cut, there is the blade is shaped at an angle. So you start with your gyro cut and put the pointy part, so the bit facing down in the angle, into your paper. And then you're going to, it moves like it's on a pivot. So that's why it goes around corners easily, because it pivots around. Whereas scissors, they're more of a straight line. So you'll get more of a straight line finish with scissors when you cut these out by hand than what you will with this. So you put your point in. I usually do it on a glass mat. You'll have to excuse my glue all over my glass mat. I normally clean it up, but I didn't worry about it because I've been playing with glue. So you put the pointy bit in and then try and drag it towards how the angle of the blade is coming towards you. So you can feel, when you've got it in the right position, it will start to follow, and you follow around the edge of the image that you want to keep. Then when you get to the corner, start turning it around and then keep coming around the image, moving it around. I've gone a bit wide there. You can pull it up, but then you've just got to find where you lifted it off. Otherwise, when washi rips really easy, and if you leave a bit that's not cut, when you go to pull it off the paper, that will, it could possibly cut across your image if you pull it the wrong way. I tend to put a little bit harder on the gyro cut. That's why I'm doing it on here, not on my paperwork, to like with anything underneath, because I want to make sure I've gone fully through the washi so that there's nothing left behind when we go to pull it up, because it rips very easily. And then you go, keep coming along. Now, if you were cutting with scissors, you'd probably just go off the edge there, but I can get a bit closer into the actual picture there, so I'll do that. Okay, so you can see I've actually cut right through both layers, but that's because I wanted to make sure that I was pushing down deep enough. I'll actually take it off that backing paper. So there's that one cut out, and we'll do the next one. So that is a lot quicker process than if I got my Cricut machine going. Like I've got the Cricut Extra Joy Extra, and I've got the Cricut Maker, and I've also got the Cricut Joy somewhere. But by the time you set it all up in your program, get it all ready to print it out, do a print and cut, then feed it back through your machine. It's just much quicker when you're just doing a few images to do it this way. So print off all the images in the kit and put them in a folder ready for when you want to use them, and then just cut out as you want to go. So I do that a lot now with digital images that I get from other places as well. It's just so much quicker. At the end of the video, I'll tell you another way that I make stickers now for myself. That's a very quick process. I'll show you some of those. Okay, so we'll do that again. So I'm putting the pointy bit into the paper and dragging it so that the blade is running in the direction of the angle of the blade. I know that sounds weird, but once you've got a gyro cut in your hand, you'll know what I mean. And by doing it this way, you can actually get quite close and go around leaves and flowers a lot easier. So you see how washi paper rips really easily? That ripped then because I mustn't have kept the blade flat. So on the gloss sticker paper, it's not as sensitive, but on this washi paper, it's a little bit more sensitive to how you've got the blade. And the reason I've been cutting it fully out is just so that there's no, when I start to peel it off, I don't want, see how that didn't cut properly there? So I'll just rip that off. That didn't rip the image, it's just the backing paper I've ripped there. So that's why that's a lot easier to do that. So they're totally cut out. Now, with washi paper, the reason I like washi paper for these digital images, when you put them on the page, it's not as obvious that they're on sticker paper. It's not as good a quality as the washi paper we would get from Cocoa Daisy and Cocoa Daisy has them as well, but I'm talking about Cocoa and Fluff. It's not as good as her washi paper. Her washi paper I don't know what brand it is. It's on a smooth clear backing. It's a totally different quality of washi paper, and I love her washi paper. Whereas mine is on a white backing, and it's just a cheaper version of a washi paper. But as I said, it does the job for home use. I don't sell anything, so I don't need to worry. It's only for myself. Okay.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Sorry, Alexa thought I was talking to her, and I'm not. Okay, so we'll get my journal back open. Make sure I've got the right page, the next one in the thing. Okay, so what did I do? I was going to put that one up there and this one down here. Okay, you can use tweezers, but it seems to come up quite easily. So I just caught the corner of that there and then peel it off. You just have to be careful with washi. You don't want it to come back on itself because then it won't, it peels the colour off. Okay, so if you have a look there, I'm hoping you can see it. I might pick it up and show you. If you have a look there, you can still see the edge, but you can see where the dots in the bullet journal are coming through because it's washi paper. So it does blend in more with your page. When I cut the bigger one out, I'll do that on another page before I finish and show you that you can see the edge of the white because it's white sticker paper and it's not matte like this, it's a shiny one. You can actually see the difference of where your sticker is. So get rid of that bit. So you just get the corner and it sort of catches in your finger because you're on the waxy side, not on the smooth side. And I think my cat is going to come over and walk under the camera in a minute, so hopefully he won't. Okay. But the reason I like the jagged edge, it gives it more of a definition as though it is a sticker that you've peeled off her washi sheets from when she cuts it out with the machine. Okay, so I thought what we would do is, because Coco and Fluff does a lot with film strips, I thought that's why we wanted to use this one. Don't think I want any text underneath. Do I want to go all the way up? Let's have a look what we're going to do. If you can hear a purring, that is just my cat Toby in the background. Okay. So I'm just playing while I'm determining where I want to put that. I want that there. So a little bit sticking out there. Don't think I want to go all the way up. Turn this around. Some sticking out. Got a little bit of a crease. Okay. Okay. think I want. Okay, we're going to put that up there. Oh, that was on my finger. Okay, so we want that there. Okay, I don't want the, do I want the date? Yes, I can have the date in here because it doesn't. This journal that I'm doing is my About Me journal, so it's not going to be dated. I probably, if I was going to date something, I probably would have cut some of that off. I've actually used these before and had it on the 16th of February or whatever, but just hide the year, and then it looks like that's the date in your journal. Okey-dokey. Now, if you wanted to add some more flowers or something like that to your page, I'm going to put photos in here, so I don't want to do that. But if you wanted to add some more flowers, you can actually make these, print them out smaller so that you can fit more on a page. But I did want to kind of use this. Okay, should I use that there? And then there. Okay, we're going to do that. So I'll cut that out quickly. And then I'm just going to cut, I want a straight line up the middle. So I'm actually going to cut that way. And then we're going to put that there and that there to balance. Toby, are you going under the camera? Hurry up. Quick, quick, quick. Go. No, you're not going to sit there. No. No. He has a habit of coming and sitting right on the top of my book. Don't knock the camera. Hop down. And he'll sit right there. And then I'll move him over there and he'll come back and sit right there again. So he's just decided he loves me. Okay, I'll just cut this one out. So I put the point in again. I'm going to start over this side. Cut down there. Around there. See, it started to lift that corner, but it didn't damage it, luckily. I think I just ran out of battery, if you're wondering why that went off. So I apologise if it's a bit dark. I think that just ran out of charge. Got another light here. Oh. Hope that's bright enough for you. Sorry. My overhead light above my desk decided to blow this morning, so I hope that's light enough for you. I'll just cut that off. Now, because I'm doing it on my book, I just want to push really lightly, not as hard as I was doing before. It's hard to, got to get used to getting the pressure so that you can cut through the washi like that, but not cut through your page, because I've got things on the other side of that paper. That's one good thing about Archer and Olive. Their pages are 160 GSM. You've got a little bit more of a leeway because the paper's thicker than if you were working in a really thin traveler's notebook or a thinner journal. You've got a little bit more leeway if when you're cutting washi or something like that with the Gyro Cut. See, I was too busy talking then and I did cut the top of that off. See how I ripped that because I didn't have the blade in properly? So you've got to put the point in. See, we all make mistakes, and it doesn't matter. I'm still going to use it instead of wasting it. Get the edge, there we go. Down a touch because I've gone up too far. I'm going to stick a bit of text or something over the top where that ripped. And then no one except you and me will know that I made a mistake. Okay. So we're going to put this. There we go. A little bit of there. And because I've put it there, I'm going to put it there as well. So when you're laying, if you haven't journaled before or you haven't done mixed media, you need to kind of balance your page. So if you're working in this corner with a cluster, you normally, if you're doing on one page, you would do another cluster there. Or because I'm doing a double page, I'm doing a cluster here and a cluster there. And then I just wanted a smaller element here and there. And then that balances the page out. So now I can still put a photo there. And if it covers over here a tad, that's fine. And I can still put a photo there. Or I can put a photo here and journaling there. Or journaling here and a photo there. Depending on which photo I end up picking to go there. So the reason I got these out is I like to border my page. Sometimes I'll border it with washi. Sometimes I'll border it with stamps. Sometimes I just border it with a black pen. But this time I thought I'll just border it with a colour. And I thought I would try the green. I don't want the brush nib. I'm just using the other harder sort of nib because I'm drawing a line. I don't want to use the brush tip nib. And then I'll get my ruler because I want a straight line, not a wavy line. So I'll just do a line. This is why I like bullet journals, because you can just use the bullet dots to line yourself up for measuring and getting your lines straight and things like that. I think just bordering it just makes it look like you've finished. So like same as a picture in a picture frame, looks nicer with the border of the picture frame than if you just hung the photo on the wall. Okay, sorry for that cutting off in the middle there. This is the final result with these photos of how I was finished. About 20 minutes more got cut off my video, so I don't know what happened there. I've decided to make a new video at some point to show you the Linear Pixel Cut S3, which is another way I make stickers with digital images. So I'll upload that within the next few days. So thank you again for watching, and please do come back.